Or ingot for serendipity. Select logs. That was quick. You know, I think this is quite... utter garbage. The worst, not even fit for making a chamber pot. Quiet, Gigi. I'm the guild master. I get to decide what's fit for a chamber pot. Love the dynamic of these two. Ahem, please excuse me, he gets a bit overzealous at times. Gigi is my assistant, but he has a habit of butting in with his opinions. Most mammoths are quite simple, capable of no more than rudimentary speech. They can be relied on for menial tasks, but nothing else. Gigi, on the other hand, is quite intelligent and quite stubborn, I might add. I suspect that's due to his age. He's been with the guild for an eternity, ever attending each guildmaster, but recently he's been coming and going as he pleases. Yeah, Gigi, kneel before Gigi, the one true guildmaster. Respect my authority. Ignorant to mortal, or suffer my wrath. It's like this every day. I'm afraid the experience he's accumulated over a century of assisting guildmasters has made him arrogant. It's quite intimidating, really. I may be the guildmaster, but he's a walking, talking archive of all knowledge to do with our craft. Oh, I completely forgot about your ingot. Sorry. As I was about to say, I think this is very, very good for a beginner. It's reasonably pure and well-formed. I dare say you have got a knack for this. What you need now is practice. Yep. So keep practicing with your hammer, and come back here when you've gotten more comfortable using it. Bugger off, Greenhorn. Shut up, Gigi. You know I could flatten you, right, Gigi? Thank you. Next, Prospector's Guild. And attune to this Aethernet shard. This way we got a Z point. A 0 point in each and every town we can come to. The next Aethernet shard. We'll learn all this class. We'll start all the classes here. The Miners Guild, the place where seekers of the realm's minerals wealth gather. With pickaxe and sledgehammer, we miners work rock and earth, and they might yield us ores, fossils, precious stones, and more. If you have a mind to join our ranks, you will be pleased to know that we are currently recruiting. Great riches await those with strong backs and keen eyes. A decision you will not regret. You have just taken your first steps towards striking it rich. To look at the lands around Ul'dah, one would be forgiven for thinking the region barren of opportunity. But beneath the surface, the scene could not be more different. There lie veins of copper, silver, and gold beyond measure. For as long as he hath dwelt in Thanalan, man has availed himself of these vast deposits, giving rise to a thriving mining trade, which forms the foundation of our nation's prosperity. Of course, the mining trade itself, as it is, owes much to an event which took place some century and a half ago, namely the Mad Mithril Rush. Never before had the Sultanate seen such an influx of migrants. Endless throngs came from lands near and far, spurred on by the dream of discovering the mother lode. Alas, a harsh reality awaited them. You see, the vast majority of these poor souls were miners in name alone, and they possessed neither the proper equipment nor the training to realize their dreams. To make matters worse, the mining concerns, those who in those days held absolute power, did not scruple to exploit them. In other words, they were used to gain riches. Presented with a glut of unskilled labor, they proceeded to fill every tunnel to bursting, and atrocious working conditions soon became the norm. Miners were paid a pittance for back-breaking labor, and saw not of the riches they unearthed. Pushed to breaking point, the workers banded to form the Miners' Guild, with the aim of improving conditions while protecting the integrity of the trade. Since then, we have sought to educate folk in correct mining practices, both to prevent accidents and to curb the impact of our trade. That our trade has upon the environment. I trust you now have a better understanding of what we do. All that is left is to commit your name to our role. When you are ready to do so, pray speak with me again. I shall guide you through the enrollment procedure. So, are you ready to join the Miners Guild? Music to my ears. I, the kind made when one pickaxe strikes true. You must introduce yourself to Guildmaster Adalberta right away. Her approval is required if you are to be formally admitted to our ranks. In case you're unaware, Adalberta is perhaps the most accomplished of those miners who still swing a pickaxe. Her understanding of our trade is unsurpassed. Her flair for prospecting uncanny. Her brain, in short, is a veritable gold mine of knowledge, much of it concerning the mining of gold. Haha, jesting apart, you stand to learn a great deal from her. When you are ready, pray present yourself to Adalberta. You will find her down the steps yonder, over by the bar. There's a guildmaster. Guildmaster! Well met, adventurer. Adalberta's my name, and I'm the master of this guild. I take it you wish to become a miner. Well, our doors are open to all who aren't afraid to work hard, and thanks to recent advances in refining techniques. Eesh. It is now possible to smelt even low-purity ores. I mention this because it's allowed us to reopen a number of mines which were long thought exhausted, prompting trade to flourish. Truth be told, with business as it is at the moment, we can't take on enough new miners. And new folk make better miners than adventurers, you being a hardy lot. What's more, you're well-traveled, which serves to expand the guild's sphere of activity. Blah, blah. Oh, but I'm not suggesting you join solely for our benefit. For your part, you'll acquire skills that will prove to your profit. A mutually beneficial agreement, I trust you'll agree. What say you? You will join us, yes? Ready to work and get your hands dirty? Yes. Then I bid you welcome to the Miners Guild. May your toils never go unrewarded. Now, then here's a pickaxe to get you started. It's not the newest, but it should serve a novice well enough. Go on and take it up. See how it feels in your hands. Speak to me again when you're ready, and I'll assign you little task to help you get into the swing of things. My first pickaxe. You look good with a pickaxe. Now that you're suitably equipped, your training now commences. Your training can commence. A miner learns his craft in the wilderness with pickaxe in hand. To begin, let's see how you fare with good old copper ore. Bring me, say, 10 chunks. There are deposits of the stuff throughout Thanaland. I doubt you'll have to go very far outside the city. Seek out some promising locations outside the Gate of the Sultana and the Gate of Nald, and swing away. The motion way may feel awkward at first, but in time it'll become second nature. Miners use pickaxes and other tools to extract the mineral wealth of Eorzea and gather materials used in crafting. Locations can be mined for resources such as are known as mineral point deposits. To locate mineral deposits, make your way out of the city and then use the miner action known as prospect. That won't be too difficult, so we're going to add 2 new tasks. 2 new classes to the build-up. Outside of this, Closier and Pugilist. Okay. So, you want to be a weaver. Dishonor before death, taking the red. So you want to be a gladiator. Eorzea Rising. Where do I find my first pickaxe? We're gonna head to Entrance Square and we're heading home. Well, heading back to Thanalan. Ulda. Makai Black Mage. Time to return home. $120 gil at least. Alright. Time to get to the Drowning Winch. From there, we actually got several classes we can take. Ugh. So you want to be a culinarian, so you want to be a marauder. And then Rogues Guild. Alright. We're gonna start by collecting Culinarian and the Marauder classes. Hey, learning to cook might actually save my bacon, you know? I beg your pardons, good sir, but this is the Culinarians Guild. If you are here to dine at the Bismarck, one of our waiters will be along shortly to show you to your... Oh, you're not a patron. Might I assume you wish to become a culinarian? If so, I wholeheartedly where one may learn the culinary arts under the finest chefs in all the realms. In all the realm, what you say? Sorry, burning through. Big man. Another one. Well met, venturer. I take it you want to join our guild. Let's have a good look at you then. Bah! What's an unturfed whelp like you know about cooking? Judging by them scrawny arms of yours, you'd yet to lift a spoon, never mind a skillet. Ha ha ha, it don't take muscle to be a culinarian. Hells, it doesn't even take talent. At least not on its own. No, son. More than anything else, becoming a good cook boils down to passion. If you got that, there ain't nothing you can't achieve. So tell me, have you got it? That's the spirit. Aye, your passion for the culinary arts is plain to see. And you'll be needing every bit of it you want if you want to become a master culinarian. Why, if mastery was a 12-course dinner, I'd hardly have finished the soup. Make no mistake, our trade's as tough as old mutton, and passion's the only thing what gets us through the gristly bits. But enough talk. What do you call yourself? Well then, welcome to the guild. To mark the occasion, I present ye with your very own skillet. Ain't much to look at, but it'll more than serve a novice like yourself. Now then, let's see whether you can tell which end's which, aye? I know I said you'd struggled to lift the spoon, but you've won me over. Now, show me you can hold the skillet. I'll get you started on your first task. I see you're holding the skillet the right way around. Good. A culinarian lives and dies by his utensils. Getting that into your head afore ye do aught else, or your food will look like shite and taste worse. Well, that's very specific. Now let's see what you can do. For starters, I want you to make maple syrup using your skillet. Recipe's as simple as they come. You'll need two things, maple sap and a fire shard. Justy sells sap over at the guild counter. Now time's a wasting, so get to work. It don't pay to keep folks waiting in our trade. Maple sap. Continue training until you can get to level 5. Which we're not going to get immediately. We got a good start. The maple syrup's ready, is it? About bloody time. Let's see how it tastes then. Oh, this ain't bad. Flavor's alright, consistency's nearly there. And in short, a damn sight better than a lot of novices manage. As you probably know, maple syrup's one of the popular sweeteners around, and a key ingredient in all manner of cakes and treats. What you probably didn't know is that boiling the stuff down gets you maple sugar, a different sweetener with different uses. Just goes to show, even the simplest ingredients have complexities. I said earlier that a culinarian lives and dies by his utensils. Well, that's just the half of it. He also needs to know his ingredients. And that's some as only comes with experience. Keep your nose to the stove and report back when you're ripe for another task. I'm just gonna do the following. The more practice I get in everything, the better. So, I'm gonna give myself every single class to work with. Starting with all the Disciples of War. Wait. Back up. Scholar's Mortarboard. Quince Acton. Scholar's Gloves. Scholar's... I see another Makai name. Attuning to the Aether Shard right here. Guild Receptionist. Oh, there, an adventurer. Curious about the Marauders Guild idea. Any axe worth wielding needs 2 hands on the haft and has a blade that can chop clean through a galley's mast. That's the kind of weapon our members train to use with deceptive swiftness and brutal force. If you're Aha! Yes, I am Warren Zone. Axemaster, they call me. Not the most imaginative of time. I'm gonna move this forward quickly. That way I can get things going in other classes. Okay. Slay Wharf Rats is a Marauder, Lost Lambs, and Little Ladybugs. Now, I'm going to look for the Arcanist class. License to Reeve. Lower level. Wait. I'm going to be up a level? Rat in the Wharf. Okay. Marauders Guild. Okay. Oh. My first axe. Oh. Lower decks. Okay. The next thing we need to do is go down to the lower decks. We're going to take all the classes we can from here. And actually learn to become a better warrior. See, hero. To that end, the first step is to know which direction you're heading. What the fuck? He's a paladin. Camera defending. Nice. I have become almost accustomed to this location. While I'm at it, gonna find the Rogues Guild. Learn how to use daggers. I'm also going to go to the fishing hall. Fisherman's Guild. We'll do that now, last. This area. Okay. Let's get to the next location. We're gonna have to cross water. The Rogues Guild Gatekeep. Lonvert. Hello, Jack. Perhaps he'd be good enough to tell me your name, along with that of the kindly cove as told ye mine. Ah, the famous adventurer. Old Lonnie left the patch let you in, did he? He can't throw a blade for shite, but that one eye don't miss naught. But actually, when it comes to sizing up a dimmer cult for the stolen, just one thing: you ain't a pirate, are you? Well then, it's time you was stalled to the rogue. Pull on your best beater cases. Yes, and I'll swell ye in myself when you're ready. Now, I could fill your wattles with the storied history of our guild, but that's just wits in wind. The most important thing, the only thing we care about is getting the job done. Now, most folks, I'm assuming you're among them. Most folk, and I'm assuming you're among them, know not long after limbs of founding, the city was overrun by a motley collection of pirates and thieves. But as wild as that lot were, it soon became clear that they'd all end up killing each other if they didn't lay down a few rules, an unspoken code of conduct as it were. 1. You don't bite the purses of your fellow Laminsons. 2. You don't rook a crew out of their spoils. And 3. You don't trade culls like they were chattel. I admit the finer points of the code are a mite murky, but most agree on those three at least. Now you might be thinking none of that amounts to a sack of dillberries now the Admiral's outlawed piracy, but in the back alleys and black markets where Melvib's grip ain't so tight, the code's still alive and well. And just as the law enforced by the Yellow Jackets, the code is regulated by us rogues. We go where the shadows are darkest and hand out justice to them as break the code. Some Rome-soaked cove steals goods from the wrong cull, and we steal them back. That's the job, me natty lad. Of course, we don't hop the twig when blade work's called for neither. You'll see there's more to us, to our dagger play, than just sticking culls at the pointy end. We'll weaken a mark with poison, fade away and strike in the darkments. Whatever it takes to get the work done. Well, what do ye say to that? Got the guts to do a rogue's job? Right then, first off, we'll have to get your kit sorted out. A rogue needs to be light on his dope-eaters to stay on a tail's mark's trail. The job might have you fighting across a deck or weaving through a mob. The last thing you want is a bleeding great battle axe that hooks itself on every rope and post. That's why we stick to daggers. They let you slip through the streets just as easily as they slip through a rook's ribs. Here, take these stabbers and let's see how they look on you. Just don't get so excited with your new toys that you forget to dress for the role. You'd be surprised how many colts come back to me in their bloody small clothes. Probably gonna need to do some fighting too. Alright. Woo! Ooh, I like that. Just strap those daggers on without cutting yourself. Well, we're off to a good start, I say. Next, you'll want to get the feel for the blade. Wait and in other words, more killing. But first things first. Switch back to my archer format. I've managed to get each and every class outside of 2. The Fisherman and the Arcanist. Once I have both of those, I'll be able to move on to the next task. Wow. CC poop. Next and final in this sector, the Arcanist. After we get that class, the next and final piece will be to get the Thaumaturgist from Ul'dah. But first, before we do any more class gathering, and then from there, which way are we going? Oh, we're not far now. Please interact. It's a pain in the butt to have to talk to look like I'm talking to myself. Ooh. Ace. Here we research and develop Arcan. Where do we go to meet that? Ooh. Oh. Cutscene! Oh, she's a big woman. Murray has doubtlessly explained, I am serving as acting guildmaster until our wayward leader deigns to return. I assume our capable receptionist also spoke of our art's origins. Allow me, then, to expound upon its nature. Arcanima taps into the living energies of Aether. I don't... An ambiguous response. The kind I most prefer. Let us now see if the charity of your words is matched by the sharpness of your mind. Here, take this grimoire in hand, and we shall judge your aptitude for our discipline. Alright. Come on. We have defeated the captain, I think. Firing quick, Nat. Pinned. Coming down. One and two. Dan the Orca, dude. I am here for your brutal soul. Focus on the boss. Boss defeated. And that is duty completed. I'll be right back, everybody. Actually another restroom break, and then we have to crack a pirate's skull or three. 7 hells. You turn your back for 5 bloody minutes, and the scaly bastards set up shop on your bleeding doorstep. Still, sounds like you left them in pieces. So I don't suppose they'll be carrying out whatever mischief they was planning, unless they was planning on feeding themselves to the fawn of Sastasha. Of course, any road, all's well that ends well. On behalf of Limsa, I thank ye for shedding some light on this mystery. You've lived up to your reputation, and I couldn't ask for no more than that. Now, I'll bet you're dying for a rest, but just in case you're not, I was wondering if you might be interested in taking on another job. It just so happens I've had a request from our sister guild in Gridania, see. Seems the forest folk are in need of a venturer. What can get things done? For them to ask for help like this, you bet the task won't be no skip through a sunny glade. But after the way ye dealt with our fishback infestation, I doubt it's anything ye can handle. Give us a shout when you're ready, and I'll lay it out for ye. Party finder unlocked. Okay, I'm not that far off. Ready to hear about the new job then? Like I said, the request comes from our sister guild in Gridania. And that's all I know. But whatever it is you get asked to do, I somehow doubt it posed any trouble for an adventurer as survived the bedlam of Sastasha. If you think you might be interested, you'll want to have words with Mother Mion, me counselor, her part in Gridania. Good luck, mate. Oh boy. So, it's to be Gridania again, huh? The call of the forest. You ready, return? You use return. Bob's silent. Uh-oh. We're losing sound. Take a seat wherever you like, friend. Our waitress will... Oh, it's you! Just so good to see you again. What's that? You're at Battaron's suggestion, you say? That foul-mouthed rogue sends me word that an adventurer might be along for the job, and it turns out to be you. Well, this makes things a lot easier, doesn't it? With regard to the task, there's a fair bit to tell. Let me know when you're ready to hear the details, and I shall brief you. for that briefing? Good. Now then, here's the long and short of it. Beg pardons for for interrupting me own. But our need grows ever more pressing. Has none stepped forward? A good morrow to you, Bow Lord. Your need must be pressing indeed for you to honor us with a visit. The good news is, your journey hasn't been wasted. I'm pleased to report we have a volunteer at last, and one who comes highly recommended at that. Well, if it isn't our very own man for all seasons. You certainly have a knack for appearing when you're most needed, my friend. My thanks for answering the call. Now, time is of the essence, so I shall proceed directly to the heart of the matter. We assure you to nip a potential threat to Gridania in the bud. Beneath the central shroud, there lies an underground burial site called the Tamtara Deepcroft. The place was once a Gelmoran settlement, but we Gridanians have long interred our dead there. Of late, however, shadowy figures have been skulking about the Deepcroft, and with ever-increasing regularity. Based on the accounts of various witnesses, we suspected that these individuals belonged to the Lambs of Dalamud, a doomsday cult which sprung up prior to the calamity. These zealots have proven themselves dangerous in the past, and we leave them to their own devices at our peril. Ordinarily, I would have dispatched my best men to scour the Deepcroft with orders to flush the cultists out. Alas, the calamity decimated our ranks, and the limited forces at my disposal are constantly required to keep the Ixal at bay. Since we thwarted our attack on the Guardian Tree... Hey, Ellerin! Welcome in, my friend! Hang on. Let's give a shout out to our buddy Ellerin Direstorm. For those of you who do not know, Ellerin is also a Final Fantasy XIV player. The situation so being, we have no choice but to... I already know where this is going. This is a quest I'm not unfamiliar with. So, before we begin, teleport to the location. We're almost to level 45. Ah, shit. Wrong location. Wasted 50 kill for nothing. Heading to the Tamtara Deepcroft now. Oh, God's quiver bow. Alright, waiting. Again. Okay. If you insist. I'll be group healer. Great. Why is it that every time I try to do this with a team of players, dum da dum. Yeah, I doubt anybody's gonna join my ass. So it means that in average wait time 6 minutes, I'm gonna have to get a party of NPCs, just because some people just don't want to play with me with other people. It's kind of like water in the fire. Why? Alright, I'll chill. Just means music time. Okay. It looks like the problem is simple. We've got 4 minutes. We got 2 minutes remaining, meaning that probably be best if we just withdraw the requests. Because nobody wanted me to join them. Nobody asked. So I just decided, the hell with it. No one's gonna join me. I'm just gonna do this myself. With a group of NPCs. March the location. Destroy all targets.